Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor to be here today because we're gathered to support the Ukrainian nation, its people, and its art. I mean, I want to offer my deepest respect and gratitude to the Ukrainian people. Gratitude because whenever anyone stands up as bravely as they have to such extraordinary cruelty and indiscriminate terror, they deserve everybody's deepest thanks because they provide us with something really precious, which is an example of humanity at its very best, facing the very worst. And I recently read a really fascinating article about the original 1922 concert and the origins of Щедрик, or Carol of the Bells. Mikola Leontovich, of course, came from a musical family, and he understood the power of music. Of course, it got him in trouble with the imperial government during the 1905 revolution, and later, naturally, with the Bolsheviks. As Madame Zelenska told you, they killed the artist. But they didn't kill his art. See, your nation also gave us really one of the greatest artists in the history of cinema, Oleksandr Dovzhenko. His films are stunning. They're still stunning. I mean, he was born in Solzhenitsyn. He had this incredible love of Ukraine, and you could feel it in every frame of his greatest pictures. And of course, the great one, Zemlya, Earth, the film Earth, which you haven't seen. You should run this film. It's just an extraordinary film, silent film. I remember Bernardo Bertolucci would talk, poetically, wax poetically about this picture. Never forget its images and its power. Even Zvenahora, another one of his films. I mean, it's even felt in the films that he made later that were marred and compromised by interference and censorship. There are moments in them that have Dovzhenko in them, you see. They were the Soviets, of course, and Stalin personally made Dovzhenko's life a living hell. They tore him away from his homeland. They tried to kill his spirit, but they never really managed to because the spirit lives in his films, in his art, eternally, see. Because I'm convinced that art comes from or emanates from the best, the highest, and the furthest reaching in all of us. It's just necessary. It's necessary for existence, and maybe most of all, it's necessary in times when it can't be made, because just surviving is the only consideration, really. But art will be a beacon when the time comes for your country's rejuvenation, and I pray that time comes soon. In your programs, you'll notice a QR code. It says, please take a moment to scan it if you can and make a donation, because the proceeds from this concert are going to go to the reconstruction of public services through United 24, which is President Zelensky's Rebuilding Ukraine campaign. Really, at this very moment, what's needed most, the generators at the hospitals. There have been, the grids have been damaged, in worst case scenario destroyed, and they need the generators in the hospitals. So if you can, this is very urgent, if you can, every dollar helps. So I thank you all for being here today. Thank you all for being here today, and let's welcome the choir of Trinity Wall Street. Thank you.